Hello everyone, in this movie I will show you how to replace the power steering pump in engines M57N. I think this will apply also to M57N2 and M47N and M47N2. So they are 2.0 diesel engines and 3.0 diesel engines. So I had an issue for quite a time now where I had rumbling noise on my engine. It was not something which was permanent, so it was pretty hard to trace where it's coming from. So at the moment it's more permanent, so I got good reason to believe that this is a power steering pump. So I will show you in a second the noise. But in order to do the job, you will need something like this, which is the wheel pump. This is a manual pump that will allow you to pump out the oil from the power steering pump, just to cause less mess, because when you will disconnect the hoses from the power steering pump, then oil will start to leak, so you don't want to have too much mess. So this might be quite useful. It was not expensive. I bought this from Halfords. The price was £3, so that's pretty cheap. Also you will need the metal clamps, because one of the hoses is locked by the clamp, so you will have to replace it, because when you will pull out the original one, then I don't think you will be able to put it back. So you will need those, and of course you will need the power steering fluid. So depending on your engine, you will have to pick up the right one for your car. So this is the right one for my engine. So this is our replacement power steering pump. I'm not gonna use the new one. I will use the second-hand working power steering pump. And this is the hose where there is a metal clamp which go around it. So when we're gonna remove it, I don't think there will be option to put it back, because this is the one where you squeeze this in to secure it. So I will show you the noise. I hope you can hear it. There is like a banging noise, rumbling. Oh, now it's gone. And now it's back. And now it's gone. So again, it's not permanent, but I think it's coming from here, because this is definitely this side of the engine. And also there is like, I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a metal noise together with this other one, and both come and go. So I believe that this is the power steering pump. So guys, I hope that you heard the noise that I was trying to show. So the noise, it's quite loud and basically it doesn't go away anymore. So when I'm driving, like now on the cold engine, it's coming and going, but when I will warm up the engine, then this is permanent. It's always there. So if you will have the similar thing, I would recommend to remove the belt which go around all the rollers and just try to figure out which one might be affected. In my case, the noise is so loud that I good reason to believe that this is a power steering pump, so I will just replace it. In the worst case, if this is not this issue, then at least I made the movie how to replace the power steering pump, so always there is a good thing coming out of it. So for this task you definitely need those, and buy them first before you will start working on the pump, because if not, then you might end up not having car for a few days. So definitely start from those. So the first step which I would recommend will be to use this pump. Just like squeeze it, and as you can see, just pull out all the fluid away from your pump. So you have to pull this out as much as you can, and then use the empty container to just store it. Don't put this back on the end, just use the fresh oil. So whatever you're gonna put here is gonna go to the bin. Now when you're pulling out the oil, you will notice that on this end you can put this quite deeper, so you can actually remove more oil. So try to do this way. Also, when I said, just to be clear, when I said that on the end you're binning the oil, I didn't mean to just bin it, just dispose this in the proper way. Just to be clear, so no one will say that, I'm advising something bad. So yeah. The next step that will be quite easy, I would recommend to remove the top engine cover, and then when this will be gone, we will have to remove the bottom cover, which is under the engine. The reason for it is that we will have to unlock the puller to remove the belt which goes around all the rolls. So I think the best access will be probably from the bottom. I will see, maybe from the top, but for now we're gonna remove the top engine cover, which is this screw, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then from the bottom there will be few screws as well. So we will need to jack the car, leave this slightly higher, and yeah. So this cover, the bottom one, and we'll see what next. So the good idea is to draw the path for the belt, how it goes, just to make sure that you got everything covered. Because on the end, when you try to put this back, it's there are many of those rolls. It's quite easy to forget how it was originally installed. So I draw this, and I would recommend to do the same, or you can use my drawing. So this is where it's power steering pump. Then the belt go here. There is this puller. So this is the one that we will use to get all this connection loose. We will access this from the bottom, and then this is the main engine roll, and yeah. So to remove the engine belt, you have to move this puller with key size 24, and you're moving this in this direction, which is this direction, like if you would like to tie this up. So this will allow you to release it. It's gonna be good if you have some support, someone else who can actually pull out the belt, because just on your own it's not gonna be easy. But if this is just you, then I will try to remove this from here, because this is the closest place where you get access to the belt. To remove the pump, you can look on the new one where are locations for the screws. So it looks like they are 3 on the front, and they are also 2 on the back. So those 2. So the front one, from what I can see, they are size 13, and they are located here, and then the other 2 will be slightly below, and the remaining 2, they are here, this one and that one, sorry, this one. The first screw, size 13, I did manage to access from the top, but the second one, as you can see, I'm accessing from the bottom, because it's much better access. So before you disconnect any connectors for power steering pump, I would recommend to prepare something to catch the oil. So I got wee container with plastic bag, which is just for trash, and this should catch all the excess of oil. And because you know, the plastic bag is isolating from the container, I don't have to clean so much on the end. So I would recommend to put something like that and just put this under your car. So it looks like the pump was secure only by 2 screws. One was on the top, which was 13, the long one, and the second one was 13, shorter one, which we access from the bottom. So after taking them out, the pump is loose, so we can start preparing ourselves for removal. So I put the container under the car to catch any oil which might come out. Also I got the hoses clamps, which will work in the way where I will just lock the clamp on the hose, and hopefully this will keep the oil in the system, so not much of it gonna, you know, create a mess. So this will be the next step. So first I will put the clamps to secure the hoses, and then the next step will be to disconnect this. So this one, I can see this is one-time use, so when I will open it, this will be all. We will have to use the new one to secure the new pump. So yeah, so the next step will be to secure the connectors on the both ends, because they are 2. The second one is metal actually, but there is a hose here, so we can try to secure this over here somewhere in the way. So yeah, so it looks like I can secure this hose, but the other one, it's too strong, you cannot really bend it. So what I will do for the second one, which is metal here, I will just put this to the bottle which I use to drain the oil from the system. So after unlocking it, there is a screw on the bottom. I will check what is the size for it, but after unlocking it straight away I'll have to put this to the bottle, so it's not gonna go down, and you know, because the problem is that underneath there is an alternator, so if this oil will go over there, this might cause some problems, so we need to be careful. So I'm starting from unlocking the pipe, which is the heavy one, which go on the back. So unlock it is gonna be size 16. So I put my favorite t-shirt on the top of the alternator to protect it, because it's so important. And there is a bottle here which is quite close to it, so what I will do, I will unlock it, and then whatever gonna be spilled over will go for my favorite t-shirt and then to the container. So after the old pump is gone, then you can see that this belt is secure by this clamp, and the other one is going directly to the bottle, which is located over there. So now I can put the new power steering pump and replace the old one. So this is the old one. What I realized is that the new pump didn't have the O-ring which is there. So I have to remove this from the old pump and put this to the new one. So just make sure that you have this O-ring. Probably the good idea would be to order the new one, not the reuse the old one, but honestly I didn't know that there is an O-ring over there, so for me it's too late. But you guys, you can order the proper O-ring, and you can probably find out what is the part number from BMW Info Parts. This is a website where you got schematics for all BMW cars, so that might be quite useful. So what I'm gonna do now is just gonna put the old pump, new pump into the no, I forgot about one thing. You see this? I forgot about those. This plate, the old one, you have to move this to another one because my new pump doesn't have it. So this will have to be transferred. So I will have to untighten those two screws, and then this metal part, actually those three screws, untie them and move them to other end. So to add the pump back to your car, I would recommend to first fit the bottom part and then the top. Also add the screw first, so from here. Don't put this all the way through, just so this is gonna be on the edge. Then when you leave this like that, then you can push the screw and this should fit to the position, so it's gonna be added. So first, I can't do this in one hand with one hand. So first add the screw on the top, and then when the top one is there, add the bottom one. Then tight both of them, and then when the pump will be in place, we will connect the hoses. So with the new power steering pump properly secure with this one and the one which is under the car, we can finally start to make connections. So what I've done, I removed this O-ring, the green one, and added this here, as you can see on the top of the pipe. So I will put this in, secure this with the key 16, and then I will connect this hose. And remember that you have to put the metal clamp on top of this before you will add this into the power steering pump. Sorry guys, I just realized that the hose over here, the metal one, is secured by key number 17, not 16. My bad, sorry. So yeah, I added this in, as you can see. So again, it's secure. So now this is the last pipe which need to be added, and then we need to play with the belt. This will be more fun, especially for one person job. So it was not easy on my own to add the engine belt, but I've done it, so it's good. Now, when you will add the new fluid, then you have to add the nut, then open it again, and you got measuring here how much you should have. So it's supposed to be between those two. So this is your measuring how much fluid you have. So just make sure that you don't put too much of it. So in my case, this is on the middle, so it's fine. I can add a little bit more, so it's not gonna be a problem. So yeah, so this is the way how to replace the power steering pump. This is the job for, I think it's gonna take you like 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, depending how good you are. But I would definitely recommend to have some support for adding the belt, because it's not an easy job. It's just hard. I've done this from the bottom because it was easier for myself, but yeah, I would recommend to have some additional person for support. So yeah, so I will start the engine, have a look if that was the issue or not, and hopefully that was my problem. If not, then I will probably make another movie soon where I will show how I was solving the issue. But I did check all the rollers on the way, and they are all fine. So to be honest, I have no clue what else can be wrong with the car. The noise was coming from here, so I hope that was the power steering. So I start the engine. I'm not sure, but I don't think I'm hearing noise. Or maybe? No, I don't think so. I think it's quiet. I think it's normal. Yeah. But again, this is a cold engine now, so I'll have to warm this up and see. But for now, looks good. Looks like everything is working well. So yeah, so it looks like it was a good job. So anyway, that was the movie, just to show you how to replace the power steering pump. I hope it was useful, and as always, thank you for watching and I wish you a good day.